What is going on, Buckeye Nation? We are back again, man, with another episode. Got a lot to dive into tonight. We're going to recap the Penn State win. We're going to talk a little bit about the college football rankings, and we're going to dive into this week matchup, the Ohio State versus Purdue Boilermakers, man. So before we get started, like, share, subscribe, comment, feedback, all that good stuff. Man, let's get into it, man. What a big win, right? What a big program win. What a big win for Ryan Day and his staff. Backs against the wall. Everybody's doubting you. Nobody expects you to go on a road to win. The Buckeyes are not tough enough. Buckeyes can't do it. They're overhyped. And we went out there and dominated, man. It's 20-13, but I feel like we left a good 17 points on the board, to be honest with you. And 17 to 21 points on the board, to be honest with you. It was a big win, man. It was just a good Saturday if you're a Buckeye fan. It started out shaky, down 10-0, right? It's like, uh-oh. But you got to stay calm. Like I stated before, this team is built different, man. They got a lot of good, tough guys, a lot of good leadership. So I knew to be getting down 10-0. I didn't know that, sometimes those deficits, it's hard to make up, especially during the game. It's like you never can get over that 10-point hump, especially being down. It's like almost like a head start. You can never kind of make it up. But man, credit to the staff, credit to Will Howard, credit to the offensive line, man. They got the ball down 10-0. They marched it down 10-7, 14-10. Like it happened quick, and we were moving the ball again. Will Howard, if he, man, I feel like he be having some weird stuff happen to him throughout the games, man. I don't know why, but uh like a fluky play where he fumbled out the end zone, foreshadowing, he scores that. It's probably ball game. It's 21-10. Penn State didn't score another offensive touchdown. They only got two more field goals after that. So you look back and be like, man, that would have put the game away. And when that happened, I was like, oh no, like, oh my gosh, man. That I was like, that's gonna come back to Hunters, man. I was like, we're gonna lose this game and it's gonna come back to Hunters that play. But man, credit to the defense, credit to Jim Knowles, man. Like I said, it's so hard to always be favored, always have to win every game and be dominant and look like this and be perfect. Sometimes it's good to play the underdog role, man. And I've been saying that previously weeks with when I was talking about Urban and Trussell. They had the luxury of always playing the underdog role. When they had to step in there and always be the favorite, they lost games too. It's part of the nature. It's so much harder. It's so much easier as athletes in life when somebody doubts you that you overcome it. They doubted Ohio State football, and we overcame Penn State. Now it's just one game. Whether I'm a firm believer, whether you win by 50, 20, or 1 point, all it is a win. All it is one win in the column. So I just want us to go out there and win. We didn't look the best against Nebraska, but guess what? We got the win. That's all that matters. And I'm a firm believer about that. But like I said, it didn't look great, but our defense showed up like I thought they're capable of. I never had a doubt of our defense all year. I just feel like we gave up a couple big time plays. We didn't get key stops and we didn't make it difficult for Oregon. Well, credit to them, but I still feel like our defense is elite. I think it's a top elite team, a top elite defense that can go win a natty for you. And our offense, it did just enough, man. It did just enough to get the job done on the road. It was just a big time victory, man. It was just, man, you felt like as a fan, I can only imagine as a player and coaches, but as a fan, just sitting there like, man, it made like my whole Saturday feel better. Like, just feel like I was playing in the game. And it was like, man, it was just a good victory, man. And hopefully they can build on this. Hopefully they can get better from this. There's still some things that they got to shore up, man. They got to get more sharper and key moments in the games. Our offense needs to get way more explosive, man. I don't know what's going on with the offense explosiveness the last couple of years, but we got to hit some explosives because you see down the road, if you start looking ahead and you're looking at the Indianas, you're going to have to score against Indiana. Like, you're going to have to score. Michigan, you know, they don't have the offense, but it is a rivalry game, and a couple of big plays here and there can really put those games away or have the momentum riding you. And then if you get a rematch with Oregon, you're gonna have to score. You're gonna have to, those explosive plays can sometimes be the difference of the game. You saw that a little bit with Penn State. but we got to get better with that. Offensive line needs to get better. Yes, they dominated Penn State, but it gets tougher. We got to get better. We gave up 2 sacks. Donnie did against a lead pass rusher, but we got to get better, man. So uh, that's what I came away from that game, a big victory. But I want to see us, coming into the last 2 weeks of the season where it looks like there's going to be some marquee matchups. We want to be rolling, man. And I think we will. I think that bye, man, a lot of people don't understand. Like, people think, oh, we get better off the bye and you work on this and you feel fresh. But sometimes just playing and getting yourself in a rhythm and just consistently playing, and you see the feel better when you just playing all the time and your body's used to it. When you gotta rev up the engine, like they had 2 buys already. You rev up the engine for 2 games, then you off. Rev up the engine, then you off. Now we can kind of just get in the flow. Nebraska, Penn State, then we got Purdue, Northwestern. And hopefully those last 2 games we can be, getting all cylinders because you're gonna have to. But this is a big victory, man. I was happy for Buckeye Nation. Like I said, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't perfect, but we showed a lot of toughness, a lot of heart, and credit to everybody that got the victory. So yeah, college football ranking came out today. They got us at number 2, which I think everybody kind of expected that. We quote unquote got the best loss. I don't know how you view about that, but um, yeah, it don't really mean nothing. But I did see the playoff prediction. They had us at 5. We would be going against Boise. Boise would have to come to Columbus, and then if we win that, we would have to go to BYU. Kind of like those matchups for the Buckeyes. Those would be some fun matchups, some different. Um, and then I think we would be on the side of Oregon. I think like we would be the quadrant of Oregon, the upper quadrant. So you probably would have to see like a Bama, a Georgia, a Tennessee, a Texas. Like, kind of want to avoid them until you get to the later part of the playoffs. But it's fun just to, see it and scenarios and all that good stuff. But I'm hoping for that number 1 seed out the Big Ten, man. I really am. Uh, so hopefully we can get that done. But man, let's dive into this analysis about Purdue. Man, they're sitting at 1-7, not the year. I'm pretty sure the Boilermakers won it. But as Ryan Day stated, and I've watched a little bit of Purdue, they're not a bad team. I don't know why they're like 1-7, but they're not like a horrible team. They just can't get it done in crucial moments and close out in the fourth quarter. Uh, so I don't know, man. I watched them against U of I, and they were on fire. They got pretty 2 decent athletic quarterbacks who can kind of throw it. Got a decent running back, Maccabee. He's been there for a while, but they just, I don't know, man. 1-7. I know everybody. I think we're favored by 38, man. That's crazy for a Big Ten opponent. But man, if you know anything about Purdue, man, they used to give Ohio State fits, man. Even in the urban areas, they used to give Ohio State fits. And then I was actually at that Purdue in 2018. I was actually at that game, man. I think College Game Day was there. They had the guy who was a cancer patient, had a rare disease. He was there, and Purdue, West Lafayette was rocking, man. And that 2018 team with Haskins, they were getting by so much by passing the ball. They really wasn't a good team defensively or on the offensive line, and it showed that night, man. And Purdue put a beating on Ohio State. But and since then, I think Ryan Day has had the upper edge on them. But so I'm expecting Ryan Day to continue the success over the Boilermakers. I think this is the perfect time to really work on those explosive plays, passing the ball downfield. Uh, if he's 1-on-1, 3-step drop, man, he got to go get it. Carnell, Jeremiah, we got to work on explosive plays, man, because I think that's what's holding this offense back to really taking that next step to be elite. Because you're going to have to score points against elite teams. I think we scored 31 against Oregon, so you're going to have to be in the 30s, and I think that's the last game we got in the 30s. I think we only scored 21 and then 20, so we have to be better, man. So this is a good time for Will Hard to get sharper, his reads, uh, offensive line to get better. Because you have too much talent for Purdue. I'm not saying that you just can just show up, but if you play your game, you should be able to work on things, offensive line to get better and work on setting things up for later in the season because I'm pretty sure you put stuff on tape for Indiana. You're going to put stuff on tape for Michigan, but we have to work on our explosiveness. We have to get the ball, get Emeka back going, get Jeremiah back going. They've been the last couple of weeks, they've been kind of slow, especially Emeka. Even though he had a touchdown, but I think he only had 3 catches. Like we gotta get those boys going. This is a good time to get some young guys in there, a lot of reps. And this is what I mean by you can kind of take a deep breath, right? You can get a lot of young guys reps, get them ready, get your starters some rest, get them rotating every other series or whatever. You can get that offensive line turning and getting better and blocking better. And so this is the next 2 games to kind of get ready for the end of the year, man. So I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, we feel about 38. It's really, Buckeyes should take care of business. Hopefully, everybody stay injury free. Hopefully, Latham can get some rest and Tyleek can rest Caleb. Get those other safeties because you just never know what might happen. Get Matthews in there. Get Sonny Style. Get Lorenzo Styles in there. Get some of those young guys in there. So hopefully the Buckeyes take care of business. So by halftime, we can kind of get those young guys rotating in there because you just never know what might happen in the season, man. So I'm expecting the Buckeyes to be a big route. If I could get a score prediction, I'm thinking like 48, 40, 45, 48, 13, something like that. Uh, I do think the Buckeyes are going to take care of business. So that's my take, man. Nothing too crazy. I'm gonna say 45-13 Buckeyes. Is that the cover? Oh, yeah, that's the cover. I think so. No, that's not a cover. It's close though. I don't think they're gonna cover. 38 is just ridiculous, man. Like, come on, man. But yeah, man. So like, share, subscribe, man, all that good stuff. That's my weekly recap of the game. We had a big victory against Purdue. I mean, I'm sorry, against Penn State, which, man, you just feel it in the air now for the Buckeyes. And then Purdue, I don't think they're gonna give it too much a fight. They got heart, but I think we're gonna take care of business. Our defense is gonna stay dominant because they're confident. Everybody's confident, but we're gonna handle business, man. Uh, so that's my score. I'm gonna say 45-13. Uh, and my breakout star, I don't know. I don't know. I would say let's go with let's go with Jeremiah. I think he's gonna get back hot. Jeremiah gonna get him with 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. I see it, and I say a couple touchdowns for Emeka, man. I say 2 apiece. I think they're gonna get them back going. I think Will Hart's gonna have a big day. And I think we're gonna work on get some of those explosives on offense, man. So that's my take, man. I'm gonna go with the receivers. I think they're gonna have a big day. And I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Hope everybody enjoy their week. Peace out.